Kawira Mwangaza has recently been impeached simply because the members of County Assembly argued that she created an office in the county government of Meru and decided to hand it over to her husband to run it. They are citing that it is unconstitutional, but when the president does the same, that is exactly where they draw the line. And if I can draw a flashback, you can remember very well, recently the president decided to create the position of prime cabinet secretary position, of which it is not stipulated in the constitution. But up to this juncture, no one has decided to file a petition in court to challenge what the president did. It looks antics simply because when a Kenyan does it, it is unconstitutional. But when the president does it, it looks pretty. Kawira Mwangaza never anticipated of these political stalemates with the members of County Assembly. And in this episode, I just want to bring you up to speed onto my reasons as to why I strongly believe that the Senate may just exonerate and vindicate her. But before we concretize into the facticity of Kawira Mwangaza's impeachment, if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, kindly please consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok or Facebook, kindly please just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Sudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters socio-economic and political matters are your great areas of concerns, kindly please consider hitting the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. If you remember Martin Wambora, he was twice impeached. But due to the fact that he used to wine and dine with the big boys, the Jubilee mafias, he survived the impeachment to an extent that he ruled for 2 5-year terms. If by any chance the Senate decides to vindicate her, then I strongly believe it is high time for Kawira Mwangaza to separate work from family, simply because the members of County Assembly have been very categorical, stating that she's cluttered her entire office with family members. And some members of County Assembly have been arguing that she's been attending county meetings with her husband, of which they seem not to be okay with that. Honestly, I find it very awkward to some extent. Have a look at this. A male governor always has an office of the county first lady, to whom is commonly referred to as Mama County. Why is it now that the hypocritic MCAs of Meru have now drawn a very big line, considering the fact that their governor is a woman? On a personal perspective, I see Kawira being reinstated by the Senate simply because the Senate has had a doctrine of investigating deep into the checks and balances of any motion that is in the floor of the House, unlike in the National Assembly, where the floor is used as a house of rubber stamping. And if by any chance I was to be her advisor, I would strictly advise her to write to the president purposely with an aim of the president dissolving the whole assembly, simply because their move has clearly shown that they are not ready to work for the Meru community. Professor Kivutha Kibwana once did it and they were all shocked. And if I may give you an example, if by any chance the president decides to dissolve the Meru County Assembly, I kid you not, not even a single MCA shall bounce back into the assembly after elections, because their move has clearly shown the Meru community that they have misplaced priorities. Barely 100 days in office, instead of working for the people, they are busy with impeachment motions. And if I'm to think overboard, I tend to ask myself, what is it that the governor might have done in less than 100 days in office that became irreconcilable within the assembly, and their only way to the solution was to impeach the governor? Essentially, I tend to see that there is a lacuna in the constitution, simply because why would 67 votes subvert the will of the people of close to 120,000 votes? But that is just my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly please feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And as I end this, kindly please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and may God bless you.